Alright, welcome back folks. We are continuing with our Civ 4 game here. This is part 2 of our game being played on a boreal map, which I think what did I call this? A cold, harsh land? Yes. So we'll pick up where we left off last time. I will mention, for people who might just be tuning in, this is also getting to be the end of my 25 reports in 25 days. This is the ongoing project I've been doing where I've been putting the testing reports from Civ4 up on the website back when I did pre-release testing. So I'm just about to post the last one of those. That's going to be celebrating the 20th anniversary of Civ4's release, which is going to be in tomorrow, actually, as I'm recording this. So if you haven't popped over to the website, there's always a link to that under these videos. Feel free to check that out. Welcome anyone else who's watching. Had some great comments on the video last time. Had some comments pointing out that people thought that I settled Lake Wobegon too late, and I think the people who said that are correct. I do think that I should have probably, in retrospect, I probably should have gone for the copper spot earlier. This spot is just such a weak city. I'm hesitant to settle cities that are like this terrible in the early game, but I definitely was playing with fire, and it was definitely a mistake not to go for that, because if I had lost this city when I had that archer attack, that probably would have been like the end of the game right there. It was stupid to not do that. So you guys were right on that, and we're trying to make our best from this extremely sad starting position. We do have double settlers out, right? There's a settler right here that's about to plant our forward city against Shaka, and we have another settler. Don't I have another settler on the way from what I remember? Yes, right here. That is going to go grab that spot up here, which actually has a wheat tile. So hooray. But like our situation is not great. We are break even at 20% science right now, which is not amazing, but we're working on it. Oh, cool. Most powerful. Shaka's number 2. I'm number 7. Well, that's to be expected when you're playing the game on higher difficulty. All right. Anyway, apparently I'm getting a Buddhist missionary, by the way. So that's cool. Anyway, let's keep moving. And oh, that's right. This guy is this the guy who is from Lake Wobegon? This is the guy from Lake Wobegon, isn't it? Let's head one back down there. Okay. This guy is coming down. I do need to keep an axe here at Riverside for the time being. And we want to we're running a road through here. Also exploring Shaka's territory. Okay. Not a lot to see down here. We might as well stay in the forest where we get a defensive bonus for right now. And Napoleon, I do wish I had Napoleon's starting position. It's not great, but there's like some actual tiles that are not just tundra up here. There's a Barb City there. And, oh yeah, that's right. I said that I ran the road in kind of the wrong spot here. Because it should have run. I already roaded this tile. No, I did not. We actually should put the road over here. Because that way it doesn't have to cross the river. Oh. And let's see, you can come here. Up. Well, it's okay. Spam settlers. I mean, I'd love to spam settlers. Well, that is a worker I am not getting back. That is, I could reload that, but that is my mistake. I moved blindly into the fog when I did not have to. So that is on me. Just have to see if we can get that unit back again. Oh, hello. Oh, there's a Barb Axe. Okay. That's what I was hoping would not show up. Well, let's see if we can get him to attack us on the forest tile. Now I cannot settle that town. Wait, where's my axe that's supposed to be? Didn't I have a defender coming up here too? Thought I had another defender headed this. Oh, I have the spear. That's right. Problem is the spear will just die instantly against a barb axe. I need another axe up here. At least one. Been a long time since... Oh, here's our great prophet. Okay. Can research polytheism. Well, we're hoping we can get a shrine with this guy. If we can't, we could always merge for the super specialist wouldn't even be terrible, but we're hoping we can found Confucianism and get the shrine. And my finances are only about to get worse by planting a city. You need 3 axes, 1 to defend, 2 to defend, 1 to look ahead. I don't think you're necessarily wrong. All right, well, we need a name for this city. This city is pretty sad, but I'll let the chat think about what do we want the name to be. Anyway, we'll get this road built through the ice. Shaka bait, that's not bad. There's another, okay, we found another French city. Pretty sad city, I agree. All right, well, I'm hoping this guy will just attack me on the hill, but there's no guarantee of that. If not, we'll defend in the city, which is on a hill, fortunately. I guess for right now, we'll hang out here. We very slowly explore the map. So Mount Buddy, what's the whip on happiness here? We still have a whip duration penalty. Okay. I definitely need more military. Maybe Lake Wobegon, even though I do not really want to whip this. It does at least have a granary. I could whip out an axe pair from here. And I think I might have to, even though that would hurt. Well, no, I can't do a 2-pop whip, and I don't want to whip unless it's a 2-pop whip. I'd be like Shaka bait. I do need another axe. This one's hurt, so I can't really rely on that. I mean, I guess I can use Riverside. I guess I'm going to have to move this up. Riverside is relatively sheltered. I do need another... I need a defender for there. But we might as well move. Now, I need a road on this tile pretty badly. I can at least start moving in that direction. Okay. Alright, well, that's no... We're on a forested hill tile, so we definitely win this, right? Fortunately, we did. That would have been quite bad if we had not. So many barbs. The Oracle just finished. I wonder what he took with it. Not Code of Laws, fortunately. We would have heard the Wonder Completion sound. Alright, so you guys go here. You go here. You can come up here and start roading that tile. Definitely doing a bit of a song and a dance right now to keep safe. Alright. Yeah, we're going to need a little bit more military to plant this city up here, aren't we? I guess I was a little premature in sending that out there. I'll have this guy circle around to that spot. Well, for the time being, you guys can skedaddle down here. You can hang out in here. Here, you already need your turn. Yes, Shakabate definitely needs more than 1 axe. I'm aware that that's not enough. Again, my whole territory is pretty underwhelming right now. But at least Odir, you know, Odir can do some military for the time being. That's fine. We'll do a little military here. We're about to get converted by Shaka. And we've got a cottage to grow onto. So that's okay for right now. I think I'm going to have you wait this and heal this turn. And then, like, if this guy moves here, I can attack next turn at higher health. Interesting stuff. Trans-Siberian Road at some point, aren't we? I mean, at some point, we're going to need a road that runs through the ice field here. I also going to need to send... maybe this worker that's popping out right now, I can send back here, because I am going to need another cottage at Odir eventually. Because, like, it'll grow onto this one, but then I can grow another pop point after that, so maybe we'll go here. 8 turns. Yeah, we do not have enough, and we don't have anywhere close to enough for that right now. But it's okay. We're getting there. Alrighty. I think I need you. How close are you to a whip? Okay, we can whip soonish. I'm going to whip out 2 axes. I think I'm gonna whip out either 2 axes or an axe spear pair. But in order to do that, I can't do a 2-pop whip if that's the case. So like I need to. We're not gonna convert right now. Alrighty. So we'll continue to heal here. If this guy comes any closer, we can always whack him. But I'll continue to stand in place healing. Oh, another silver. No shortage of silver tiles. Unfortunately, these guys don't have a ton to do, but Jewel Lake will need to get some... we can chop this tile right here and cottage it. And that's like in a safe spot. The settler is just chilling here for the moment because it's not safe. We can't move forward at all until we get another unit up here. Camp. Camp. I have 1 worker here. I was going to move you over with this guy. Hi, Darkuno. Yeah, we have a lot of forests in the capital. That'll be a wonder of some kind. I don't know what, but it'll be a wonder of some kind for sure. Actually, you know what? Why don't you just help those guys get the camp done sooner? Might as well. Alright. So that axe is moving up. The axe in Lake Wobegon is almost healed too. When that's healed, I can move these 2. I can temporarily move a unit out of Lake Wobegon. I don't like doing that either because I'm well aware that there's could be barbs right here. But I can move at least another unit up here, so I have another one. At least enough to get this settled. As I said, I'm going to whip an axe pair out of Buddy. Maybe an axe plus spear, and like 1 axe can go to the front lines and a spear can go over there. And then we're going to get an axe or 2 out of the capital as well. But like we're kind of stalled out here in low gear. Alright, you're going to come down here and chop this. And then cottage it. Continuing to map out what we can of the AI while we have open borders with them. Got a decent chunk of the map scouted out at this point. Alright, yeah, here comes the barbs, so we'll move into the town to defend for the moment, and I'll put this in here too. I'm going to start moving back in this direction. Chop for Jewel Lake. Camp. Chop. My 2 warriors have kind of met up over here, which was not my intention. Alright, you move up here. And you're full health. You can also move up here. At least one of you can be in position to whack this barb. You can be in position. This barb is probably going to move on the deer camp, and I can whack it on the next turn. But like, you can see my like numbers are not great compared to the AI. Like production is terrible. Food's steady. Power is of course much lower. Culture. I'm like hanging in there, but like this is a rough start. Like this is about as brutal of a start as you're gonna see. It's nothing, like almost every single tile is not even plains, it's tundra. Like look at Napoleon's start up here, right? Like it's not strong, but at least he's mostly plains. I'm all tundra, except for a handful of tiles. It's tundra, ice, and mountains. It's almost like, look at this ice field, it's insane. I'm surprised he actually attacked that. That's like pure suicide to attack into that. We could spread Buddhism, but I don't actually want to do that. I'd rather spread my own religion. Anyway, so we're at the happy cap, but again, that's going to wear off, and we're going to get another space. We could do a temple if we need more happiness. That's actually not awful, but we can build units relatively quickly. We'll build the axe here. Build another axe. We're too weak on the front lines right now for sure. Like this is unquestionably state property watermills someday. Yeah, I see that. I'm thinking that too someday in some of these places. All right, Let's give you the... I know that the shock will not help against this archer, but let's still take that. You'll be full health next turn. I think the archer will just attack and suicide. How about you stay here, and then you who have the promotion can come on up here. And then that'll allow... Yeah, Jewel Dig actually does want to work these tiles, because we can actually grow on the water tiles there. That's nice, though. It'll finish the granary faster. And then I can use these guys to protect the workers as they move forward. I'm just wondering if I want to be on this tile or this tile. Actually, right here is probably fine, just for this turn. Okay, we finished the camp. We did. Gonna have to wait for the borders to pop, but there we go. Now that's connected by road. And Shaka's got a size 8 city there. I do not have size 8 cities. They'll grow eventually, though. How's the safe doing? That looks right. And then I'll grow onto the silver tile, and then I'll just stay there for right now. All right, Mount Buddy needs to do its double... Oh, man, I really don't want to double whip this. Can we get by without double whipping axes here? I really don't want to. How about Riverside? Okay, Riverside is... Yeah, Riverside needs worker... I forgot I need worker attention here. Okay, well, since Riverside can't handle this, and since Riverside also needs defenders for itself, let's do this. Shoot, we need to... I need to be getting only 4 production, not 5. Is there any way I can get less production here? The problem is I can't work the ice tiles. Even if I pull this off, I get a citizen. I can't just do nothing with it. Oh man, if I only had another... because I'd like to whip like an axe here. I don't know. I guess we have to do the library whip then. We could do the library whip for 2 pop. That'll get us enough overflow that we can probably get an axe out. So let's do that. That's probably the best I can do here. We're gonna get 15 overflow, so then we can like start the axe, I guess. And then these guys can come down here and cottage one of these tiles. Wow, because we basically just have to wait for the borders to expand. So they can come cottage one of these tiles for Riverside. I forgot I needed a cottage at Riverside. I really do not want to whip Mount Buddy right now. I kind of don't, because my econ is pretty sad right now. At least we're back to break even at 30%. We're not too far off of being able to make our run to Code of Laws. And it's not like everybody else's econ is great on this map either. Everybody else is pretty sad as well. Alright. So unless somehow this archer is able to attack onto a hill against an axe, we should be fine here. Alright. Chose not to attack. As I said, we're going to get definite overflow there. Alright, so that's done. 1, 2, 3. How about you come and chop this? This worker can come and help with that too afterwards. Alright, you're going to go in this direction. You're continuing to explore here. You're making your way back to this site. So there's 2 barbed units underneath here. Now I don't really want to attack the archer in the forest because that's like a bad deal. I guess we'll put the cottage down while we can. Again, I have 2 axes up there. I have another axe in Mount Buddy on its way. That can shuffle here and then to here. Actually, Lake Wilbegon's axe can move up right now because that other reinforcement axe is only 2 turns away. All right, you guys, let's see, are going to chop and cottage this. Oh dear. And then we have another axe coming out. I wonder if I could put that... Let's put that chop into the temple. And then we'll go back and finish that axe. I do want +1 happy cap there. Alright. You here. You guys here. This would be beautiful to hike through. I agree. It would be quite pretty. So I don't think Jeweled... I mean, I don't think that this city dies, but I want to make sure that there's 2 units in it if they're going to attack with 3 units. Alright, I mean, this is into a forest, so I'm not too scared about this. Yeah, we took no damage. Okay, fortunately the AI was an idiot and just... How did they even get one hit on me there? Okay. They had 0.0 odds. They still managed to get a hit somehow. I'm really surprised they got even one hit. The other fight was a 0.2. Yeah, that's... Okay. All right, now we can start moving forward and get ready to plant that city. I'm no longer concerned about that. Well, okay, we have to move like this, but... Let's be very slowly make our way through here. That cottage will be done in 4 turns. We're going to grow in 4 turns. Get the axe there. All right, you move here. Mount Buddy is working all its cottages. Mount Buddy is doing its best. Like, this is one of my best cities, right? This is one of my best cities. Just to give you an idea. There's another barb city there. All right, and then this. All right, it looks like this spot is relatively safe, too. So anyway, as I said, we have 3 axes. Now the settler can move up. As soon as this is done, we'll continue the road. We already have this roaded, right? No, we don't. We should road this tile, though. 6 turns, so we need a little bit more to make our run there to Code of Laws, and hopefully found the religion. We can instantly shrine it if we manage to get there. Like, I mean, like, we're slowly growing. We actually have to be careful about not over whipping because we have like such a low happiness cap, or such low, not a low happiness cap, such low food in this game. Really, really is low amount of food. All right, yeah, okay. I kind of thought that is true suicidal behavior. All right. Hopefully they don't use that to slingshot Code of Laws. Though I don't think Code of Laws is something that pops up that often as a light bulb target for a great profit. All right. So you're going to hang out in there. And Riverside, yeah, gets an axe to replace. We do need another unit. We definitely need another unit or 2 over here. As I said, I'm well aware that that's not sufficient. All right. Do we want to road this tile? Do I have this tile roaded? No. Where do I want the road? So we need this tile roaded. I need another worker up here. Like, there's a lot to do up at this city. So we're going to need some workers. I'm just trying to think where I want the road to run. 1, 2, 1. Okay, yeah, we actually want the road to run on the north side of the area. Okay, so Riverside, yeah, we need, okay. Oh, it's actually running a scientist. Okay, you know, I approve of this until we get the cottage built. Forgot that we could actually do that. Well, we'll get that done soon enough. I don't want to step right next to the barb city and get whacked by a barb archer. That said, if I can, you know, I might be able to capture that. I do have, there's a closer barb city though, right? Or no, this is the one I had in mind. This giant ice field. Okay, this barb city might be capturable if I can get some more units up there. But first we got to get this city planted. So he has 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. I have, okay. And Napoleon has 2, 4, 6. Okay, I mean, I'm about even with them in terms of caution. We're cautious with both of them, even though we have the open borders running. Yeah, everybody has a billion deer. Now, when this is about to grow to size 5, we will whip the library because there's no other tiles to grow on. This poor city is so bad. Still, the safe is about to cap out at size 6, which is as high as it can go. And yeah. But we're actually break even at 30% now. Is it 6 times? So we need about 300 gold. I might turn on science in like a turn or 2. Certainly been a long, long journey here. All right. Well, if you're going to build this much military, you might as well do the barracks. But it wouldn't have been nice to have had immortals. They get the big bonus against archery units and axes. That would have been nice. Honestly, since we don't have anything else to work on, you might as well do the barracks for right now, I guess. All right. Let's... And Shaka's spreading his religion to me. I might even convert for diplomatic reasons. Oh, there's water over here. Interesting. That's a brand new city. You need to build a road there. You need to also road that tile, and then we'll road this tile. We'll road this, and then we go through Jewel Lake, road this, diagonally through here. We have like such a long supply line running up in this direction. There's another Shaka city over here. We will have marble soon, so Great Library, like we have a real shot to go for Great Library. We're gonna be able to hook up. We don't have masonry. We probably need to grab masonry so we can hook that up after we finish this particular little jaunt. Oh wait, no, that's wrong. I need this guy to stay here. Riverside needs a defender. We can always shuffle from Riverside up to Shaka Bait if we get in trouble. But Oh Dear is almost done with this. I think we need like one more turn, and then I think we can turn on the research after that. Oh yeah, because when the safe work grabs this tile, that's a good time to turn on research. But yeah, Jewel Lake's going to have its granary, and then I guess we'll do the library. I really want to get those courthouses in play too, because like I'm at the point where it would help a lot to have some of these. Mount Buddy Heroic Epic? Maybe. I have to think about it. I don't know if this would... I don't know. I've already built the cottages here. Honestly, a better spot might be this city up here, because this is going to be a very nice spot. It actually will have, like, it's going to have 3 food resources, and it'll actually have a grassland tile. Now, there's not a lot of hills here. Actually, no, this might be more of a cottage. I don't know. We'll have to see. It could be. If I were to build a Heroic Epic in Mount Buddy, though, I would need to replace some of the cottages, because you don't want a 103 tile if you're doing Heroic Epic. Also, these workers over here can provide another cottage from Mount Buddy shortly, because it's going to need another cottage soon. Riverside, though, I'm getting double cottage. Oh, and we can fire the Scientist Specialist. Here we go. It's actually worse than the Scientist Specialist right now, but it'll eventually be better. So we very slowly grow on these horrible, horrible tiles. Alrighty. Go back to the temple then for right now. And we're about to grow onto that tile, so just in time. And now's a good time. Now, hey, look, we're at break even at 32% right now. A lot of great profits being born. Anyway, we do not need to road this time. Oh, no, dang it. Well, not what we wanted. Okay, not what we wanted. Well, that does lead us to... That would have been really, really nice, but we don't get it. Okay. Someone has founded it, so that this means we want to do 2 things. First of all, we're not going to waste our great profit. I don't want to consume it. I don't want a golden age right now. It's not really valuable to do so. So I think we just super specialist this guy. I really do. I don't see what else we could do. We could also burn him on a light bulb of theology if we wanted to. But I don't know that that really does that much for us. I mean, we'd get another great profit in 90 turns, but that just doesn't seem that valuable. So I really think the best thing to do is to super specialist this guy, and just accept we're not going to have a religion. And in that case, we want to use Shaka's religion. Maybe someday we can go, if we find ourselves in a war, maybe someday we will take his religion away from him, and like we could try to build a shrine there. But this just makes more sense. Light bulbing theology is not really going to do much of anything for us right now. It just doesn't. So that doesn't serve much of a point. But like getting 2 production and 5 gold this early in the game actually does do a lot for us. And yeah, we'll revolt into Shaka's religion. So, and we're going to go ahead and convert to Buddhism. Because we have a settler moving, right? Isn't there a settler still moving on this turn? Yep, and then that way we avoid wasting the first turn of that. So yeah, well, Buddhism, let's go. And then maybe we can become friends with Shaka. What's his favorite civic, just out of curiosity? Okay, police state. Okay, well, that's not going to happen, but hopefully if we can be the same religion, that'll help us out. And then, yeah, we'll use his religion. So this does mean I don't really need to build the temple anymore. And now we have this extra gold to spend. This is, by the way, this is why we run the binary research, because imagine if I had invested like all these turns into Code of Laws and then not gotten the tech first. Instead, what have I invested? 23 beakers? It's like nothing. So now we're free to invest this somewhere else if we want to. And I'm trying to think about what we want. I mean, I think the most logical thing now is just to go to currency, because like markets will do the most for us at this point. Iron working and hope we get iron. I mean, we have, what would we do with iron? We have axes. Like, would swords do anything? I don't think so. We could also go to metal casting. That's not bad either. But I mean, I think let's get masonry first, because we're gonna need it to hook up our marble. And then we don't need monarchy. We're not hurting for happiness. Like, there's no wines to connect. We don't need this for happiness purpose. We don't need the happy. Forges would just be because they're really good to have for production purposes. I think we maybe go to math. Maybe we try to build hanging gardens. Maybe. I think it might be math currency. There's no calendar resources at all. There's zero reason to go here. Could also try to go. We could also try to go Great Library. That's a possibility as well. Like we could try to do. We're gonna have marble connected. Like we could try to do something with these wonders, but I feel like that's a little bit lower. I think it might be. I think it's masonry. Knock that out, and then it's probably math currency, honestly, because the trait like this gives us a lot of money. We're running very low science on the slider right now, so markets will be helpful. And we could use health resources. Now we're gonna get our health crunch will help because we're about to get the wheat. But yeah, I think that's the way to go. All right, let's swap these guys. The guy who has all the promotions, let's move out a little bit. And then we want to start thinking about where our next city's gonna go too, because we need to keep expanding. We can never stop. I guess it's gonna have to be something around this resource up here. Like, we have to keep pushing. Yeah, okay, we'll expand shortly after this. All right, so you guys need to come over here to Shaka Bait. 2 of you guys do. You can come up towards the front lines. Oh, well, I think that we just bid farewell to that exploring warrior. Barb axe running up here. I mean, maybe he won't attack now. That guy's definitely dead. And we need to finish that road. There we go. Yeah, the Barb Civ is like probably the most powerful Civ on this map right now. You need to come over here. Look at that, another lake. We got the massive ice field. Oh, worried about health in the context of forges, yeah. Well, at least we passed Napoleon in score, and we're about to found. For chat, think about what we want to name this city. So there's a gazillion gems. There's some actual grassland tiles here, which is kind of wild. I'd love it if I could slip through here. So let's think about where we want to put future cities. We need to put one that deals with this. But like aside from this, the land is really, I mean, really rough over here. And, you know, I'm not going to need, since I converted religion, I'm not going to need the Buddhist temple. Let's just start a settler, because we're going to need to expand. If I were to put a city down over here, I would want to, I think I would want it on this tile here, I think. Just because that way we can work all of the grassland tiles. Hey, Mr. Barbarian. I think that's where I want. Now there's a nice bit of chunk of land up here. I don't know if I can get up there before Napoleon is the problem. We'll have to see. And I still don't even know what's in this little area here. I think it's just mountains, but I mean, I need to know what's in this area. I need more knowledge on this part of the map here. We've just kind of been following this river the whole way for ages and ages. Okay, we can almost one-turn masonry. By the way, Shaka's doing a great job of converting everything. So next up, we need to go improve that. Oh, he just finished the. Okay, he just finished his shrine. Okay, I mean, this will be. Let's face it, we're probably going to get into a conflict with. Yeah, that big gem cluster is probably best currency. That's probably true. Now, the problem is to get there, we have to go all the way up and around. And this terrain up here is, like, not even worth settling. But, yeah. This is a relatively safe spot. But, like, we can walk a settler with an axe guard all the way up here, I guess, eventually. It's probably the best spot. I agree. We'll have to farm those grassland tiles. Anyway, so we need to get down to this. Unfortunately, there's no efficient way to do that. And for right now, we just have to work the carable tundra tile. All right, you chill there. All right. Oh, wait, no, we need to drop the settler because we're one turn off growth. Duh. We do not need to actually, no, we need to get a cottage set up for Mount Buddy, which is that tile. So let's start heading in that direction. Oh, somehow, wait, whoa, we actually did not die to that barbax. It was here last turn, so it cannot hit us. Somehow we didn't die to that barbax. I don't understand. Maybe we got protected by maybe Napoleon moved an archer there, and that allowed us to survive or something. I want to wipe out this. I'm going to be so bugged by having a 2-tile fog in the middle of the map, so I need to get rid of that. Oh, wait, no. Oops, that's wrong. Napoleon had an archer guarding it. Okay, so he saved me. This actually needs to win, like, maybe one more combat to unlock the heroic epic. Oh, hello. We found a new friend. Charlemagne. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's at about the same amount of cities as us. Okay. He does not have a religion either. Okay. And there's another resource up here. So, in the interest of getting the spots before him, I wonder if he'd be willing to sign open borders. He would. So we'll go explore what's up there. We might want to put a city like right here. I'll just tentatively mark this in right now. It turns out there's horses. Yeah, I don't think there's a horse in the middle of the ice field, but that would be hilarious if true. It is weird that he doesn't have a religion. I think someone else on the map has like multiple religions, is my best guess. Anyway, all right. And what's our name for this city, you guys? We could name so this is a large map, but there's 2 fewer opponents. There's 6 total opponents. We've met half of them now. While I'm thinking about it, we'll put our espionage points on Charlemagne. He has, apparently Napoleon's been heavy on espionage. Name it Wendy's. It's an odd choice. I think we had Greenland suggested earlier because this has 1 green tile. There's actually a very strict character limit in this game. There's only 15 characters allowed. So you can't type, sir, this is, so you can only get this far. Only get this far. I think we said we were going to name this one Greenland because it had 1 green tile. Actually, no, but this one up here, if we get this, maybe we can name that one Wendy's because it's right on the edge there. All right. And I do need more workers. Look at the shape of my territory. Yeah, this one, if we found this city, if we can get up here, that could, maybe that could be a Wendy's. Look at the shape of my territory is just the most absurd blob in this game. This is such a wild, wild setup. I mean, I love it. I love that the map is so unique. So it looks like we'll have space to get some more. Hopefully Napoleon ignores this corridor and we can get some stuff on this part of the map. Compared to the rest of our city, it's a Garden of Eden. I mean, it has an actual wheat tile. That's pretty rare. Oh, we're not that far off from having a road connection to Shaka. Maybe we should try to, maybe I can have these workers after they improve the local resources. Maybe we can run a road to Shaka so then we can trade resources and get more bonuses that way. Because we're at +3. I think we're close to getting pleased status with him. Now, pleased does, okay. Pleased only helps so much with Shaka. All right, so math next. We will be able to get to math before this runs out. Now, I have another. I can get this axe into the city before the barbarian axe arrives. And we are, of course, going to work this tile and shock a bait. And Riverside is working its 2 cottages. It's sad that like Riverside qualifies as like a good city. It'll be able to work. And we can get it to size. I mean, it's going to have no production at all. We're going to have to whip for production. Let's see. Size 4. Let's see. This is at 4 food. Then this would be 5, 6, 7, 8. It can work 1 to 6. It can work the 6 Riverside cottages, and like that's it. Because the terrain is so bad. All right. Well, we'll start working there from Mount Buddy. Poor Mount Buddy. Definitely need another axe headed up there. All right. Now the capital grew to size 9. I mean, the whole map is pretty brutal. Let's be clear. All right. We can do a 5-turn settler. That's not bad. Well, unless I get lucky. All right, one more tile to hit get that explored. All right, move up here. Now, what do I want to do with this? I think we just want 2 axes up at the front lines. In all honesty, I think it's not safe to have 1 axe there. I think we need 2. And then these guys are gonna road. Yeah, all cities get better with replaceable parts. That's certainly true. That is not in the near future, though. Oh, hey, double. Oh, but Augsburg, I doubt we can get there. I very much doubt we can get here before Augsburg expands its borders. It already has a monument. Has a granary and a monument, so that's like a no-go, unfortunately. And this is only 2nd ring, so we will not be able to take this away. Sadly, Wendy's is not realistic, unfortunately. But there's more. I mean, we could always go here. I mean, this is such a garbage spot, but like this does actually get double. It makes use of this, which is otherwise horrible, and like gets this. I mean, what else are we gonna do with the terrain? And then the Barb City is pretty good territory. Maybe we could try to put something together to take that Barb City. Anyway, we'll see. He's awesome. Welcome. I'm just trying to think if there's anywhere I need to. We actually are up to 92 beakers per turn. That's got to be... Okay, well, it says number 2. We're tied for number 1. Now, granted, we can't stay this. What worries me is this. There's another Civ in the Fog that has 138 food. I am concerned about that. Definitely concerned. We're actually not last in military power, so that's kind of nice. A little bit concerned about that. This is a boreal map for the curious. Yeah, that's going to happen. I mean, I have warriors walking around in the wilderness. That's going to happen when they run it. I mean, sooner or later, they're going to hit a barb archer. All right, there we go. And then the enemy has been spotted. Okay, so this is the one we already knew about. And then there's another barb axe incoming. But that's why we have 2 axes here. I would actually prefer them not to get... Maybe I can get them to attack me on the... Maybe I can get them to attack me on the defensive terrain. Alright, well... This axe has full fortify bonus, but that's only 25%. I have another axe 1 turn behind. Since the city is size 2, it will not be auto-raised even if it is captured. So that's a plus there. Alright, and you... I can do the axe shuffle. These units are still new, so I can shuffle this up here. Build the camp. Alright, Riverside. You can continue your very, very slow progress here. We actually do need another axe here as well. One of you, actually all of you can come up. Both you guys can all come up here and help at Mount Buddy. All right, we filled in the ice field. It is indeed just as empty as we thought. Yeah, this is only our 2nd grassland tile. We had 1 here, and now we have 2 at Greenland. But yeah, we have math. All right, so hopefully, let's hope that we don't lose this. We should have about 80%, 75 to 80% odds to win. If we lose, we should then be able to recapture with this axe. But better it would just be not losing. Okay, good. So this guy decided to sidestep our guy in the over there. So we'll come back here. Let's get out of the ice field. The ice field is dangerous. It's a spawning ground for barb axes. Very dangerous. All right, and then you guys will move here. Yeah, it'll help. One thing that's going to help is when Greenland's borders pop, it's going to grab this mountain peak, and then we'll actually get a lot of visibility from that. All right, yeah, you stay there. Okay, I'm going to just keep 2 axes at the front, and I'll just put a replacement unit back here at Riverside. I do not think I need a road on this tile. I have this roaded. We would like to get a road from like here to here eventually, so I don't have to go up and around, but I have higher priorities for stuff to do right now. All right, okay, this city only has 2. You know what? We can maybe let's make a play for this. As soon as I have this barb under control, like I can move these 2 promoted axes up there. They should have odds on the archers in here. And I'll keep the spear here just in case I can like poach this spot. I would like to try to capture this. Plans to fog bust Antarctica. Yeah, I mean, I guess I should probably at some point. The thing is though, Lake Wobegon, once it gets the library, which I will whip the library next turn. Well, actually, I would prefer to do a 1-pop whip here. I guess not. It's close to being able to... Actually, no, it's not close to being able to 1-pop whip this. I will have to 2-pop whip this. But with the library, we actually will pick up this tile in about 15... yeah, in about 15 turns, we'll pick up this tile, and then we'll have visibility pretty far out into the ice field. Plus, as long as there's barbs spawning there, I don't have to worry as much about Shaka, I don't think. So, yeah. And we will need a unit. Yeah, we will need a unit here. I probably should pick up archery just so I can train cheap archers. But and we have a settler doing 3 turns. That settler is probably going to go... Well, no, it probably would have to go here, even though this is a terrible spot. Just because if I'm trying to make a play for Kuman, it kind of opens up a path there. And then hopefully this would like be our northern border city. That would be nice, though. All right, we should win this. We have shock promotion. They're attacking across a river. We actually have 7 out of 8 now. I'm going to do this so that the archer can't move forward onto those tiles. All right. You can move here, and you can move up here. As I said, I'm gonna try to move the 2 highly promoted axes up there. All right, Mount Buddy. Yeah, needs this to be cottaged. I mean, I can whip Mount Buddy if I want. I think I'll whip it when it gets close to growth again, and maybe get another settler. So you can keep going out exploring, and then I'm gonna have this, as I said, this spear just hang out watching the Barb City. Make sure that the French don't try to snipe it. It will not be auto-raised because it's size 2. All right, so we got the 2 resources connected. Now we need to go connect that marble next. So we're hanging in there. Oh wait, we can actually have a trade connection to Charlie. That's cool. Oh, he has stone. Interesting. I'm not giving away my only copper. 2, 4, 6. So he has 8 cities. I have 8 cities. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we both have 8 cities. Yeah, everybody has a billion deer. All right, well, we can turn down our science and finish math here, and then we'll go back to saving for a little bit.
If in other sciences we should arrive at
Okay. Currency next. Are we getting trade routes with Charlie? It says we have a trade connection. We have open borders. Okay, that continues to be an awful lot of barbarians running around up here. Alright, now this guy went onto flat ground, so I will whack him. I'm going to take a 98% fight. This also will unlock Heroic Epic somewhere. So I really do need to think about where I want to build Heroic Epic. Yeah, the AI is definitely getting harassed by the barbs too. Let's put the road on this tile. Just because that gets us closer to Shaka as well. Alright, cottage. A lot of cities close together here for the French. Yeah, alright, so we can just hang out right here and see this. Alright, this should finish. Oh, we finished the road connection. How close are the... Okay, the borders aren't ready to pop yet, so let's go grab this. The capital might be the best city. It really might be. Even though I usually don't like making the capital. Well, the one problem with that is the capital always has so many things to build. Like, there's so many commerce buildings to work on. I kind of usually like, and I am going to slave this library, even though I don't love doing that. I was just whipping off bad tiles. And we'll go down to 0% science for a little bit. Well, we're break even at 32% around right now. Like, the problem with that is we definitely want Oxford in the capital. But, like, I usually like putting Heroic Epic in a city where I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to spam out military units. And, like, I don't care if the city has no commerce potential at all. I just need a city that's, like, all production. Right, capital's going to be busy on infrastructure, so I don't know that that's the city I want, unfortunately. All right, now Shaka Bait. This is actually a perfect time to... This is such a terrible tile. This is a perfect time for a one-pop whip. Get the granary done. By the time that the whip unhappiness wears off, we can either whip... We'll probably do a pair of units. Get like an axe spear pair. The axe can go back here. The spear can stay here. Something like that. Or even I'll get a worker out, because I am straining my worker limit a little bit. Something like that. I said, Mount Buddy. I'll probably try to whip maybe a worker or something when it gets close to growth. I just did like Woebegone. This capital I don't really want to whip at the moment. We can finish the temple and then maybe grow another pop size. Unfortunately, we're almost out of food again. You can see our food is just so low on this map. But I'd love to try to get something else. I do need to replace the one worker that got stomped. It's true. I'm down a worker. Like, we're okay for the moment, but, like, if I'm going to put a city here, or I guess the next city is going to go here, I have to run a road through this incredible wilderness, which is not going to be a lot of fun. All right, so you can see, the borders are going to pop in 13 turns, so. And we really don't have anything we need to work on too terribly here, so. Like, this is a very sad city. I mean, I guess we'll do the aqua. No, but we're not going to need... We're going to get more health. Like, the city's never going to be at a point where it worries about the health cap. I guess we'll put it on the Buddhist monastery for much else. Alright, Riverside does need another cottage shortly. See, this is why I need another building. I guess I do need the aqueduct here for lack of anything better. We could have the capital try to go for Hanging Gardens. We could even temporarily get that stone in time to chop Hanging Gardens and then cancel the trade afterwards from Charlemagne. Alright, settler done. Like, we could easily turn these, like, 3 forests into Hanging Gardens, so maybe we will... well, let's finish the temple because it's halfway done, but then maybe we go Aqueduct and Hanging Gardens, because the health, if nothing else, the health would be pretty nice. Like, I could go to Charlie and, like I can trade him gems for this. Okay, he wants the copper. Like, I could probably drop copper for 10 turns. I'm a little hesitant to do that. Yeah, everybody's development is very slow on this map because of how, like, brutal and unforgiving the conditions are. Yeah, anyway, you're going to hang out there. You're going to watch the archers here. You're going to hopefully not die to the barbarians. All right. No, that's the worker. Okay. You heal in one turn, so why don't you just heal for that one turn? I have 2 axes here. I mean, I could attack, but like this is across a river into a forest. Oh, no. What I need to do is, let's put the promoted guy in the city, and we'll put the unpromoted guy here, because that blocks the avenue of reaching the workers who are busy here. All right, Mount Buddy, here we go. Keep grinding away there, Mount Buddy. Again, this is one of my better cities. This is one of my better cities. Like, this is what we're working with, you guys. It's, yeah. Yeah, we're getting closer to break-even status, though. All right, so we need about a little over 300 gold, a little bit over 300. So we need a little while to get to currency. Looks like it's about, I'll say 12 turns, because our econ's going to keep going up. All right, now we are going to need, oh no, actually Riverside, I need another unit in here, don't I? Although I said I was going to get one out. I do have the barracks here. I'll put it on, trying to decide what I want here. I'm trying to decide what I want. Mount Buddy is about to do... Okay, Mount Buddy needs to do its double... well, I was going to do its double whip when the food bar is almost full. And that's going to be for probably a pair of axes. You know what Riverside will do? We'll spend one turn growing, and then we'll do... we should do a worker whip here, I think. I'll let it grow, and then I need a worker. I'll do a worker whip out of here. Have Lake Wobegon build a worker? Well, the problem with having Lake Wobegon build a worker is it has incredibly... I mean, it gets 3 food hammers per turn. That's a 20-turn worker. Maybe eventually, but it's just... Yeah, it's very slow. Very, very slow. So it's not... Its food hammers are so low, it's not a great place to do that, I'm afraid. Anyway, one of you come down here, and you can... get another cottage for that city. The other 2 I'm going to send up to the front lines because I need more workers up there. So you guys can make your way up there. I definitely have work for you to do. 2 workers are improving Greenland, and then I need to run a road further north. Shane Buddy doesn't have a barracks. I know. I haven't found a time to slot one in. I agree. It would have been beneficial to get one at some point. Still, we're hanging in there. Let's see. We almost have Shaka up to... We're actually +4 with him. He's still not pleased with us, unfortunately. But at least he's not plotting war with us, so that's something. All right, so it is attacking, but like this is a spear attacking an axe across a river. Like the odds of that succeeding are not good. The odds were 0.0%. I'm willing to take those. I'm willing to take those odds. Okay, so you're going to move back in here. You are going to move up here, and you are going to heal for one turn and then move up. And I'm going to send these 2 promoted axes up here with the intention of hopefully killing these barb archers. I will have 2 of them and a spear that can clean up against a low health target. Okay. I think and then I'm going to have... and then I'm going to have an axe spear pair coming out of Mount Buddy as well. All right, so Riverside grew. Let's get that worker. We'll whip the worker next turn. Whip off this tile and also off a cottage. Yeah, you're fine. Just hang out there. These workers are on their way. It's a little weird. I have this road that goes nowhere. Oh, man, I can't get... Okay, since I can't get across the river, I'll have those guys road that tile. All right. And you can chop this. Settler... So this settler is going to need an escort. I think I can pick up the Lake... I think I can pick up the Lake Wobegon axe and have that be an escort. Also, the city Jewel Lake is actually at the point where we should probably whip this. Although I can't do the... You know what I can do? I can have it just whip up. Let's just double whip the worker next turn and overflow. Because it's already gone past it's already gone past all its good tiles. And then that'll let it go back to... And then we can go back to growing on the library. Alright, okay, so this also has 2 barb archers. Meanwhile, you are just continuing to explore way over here. Do I want Lake Woebegone defenseless? Well, maybe we can have Jewel... Actually, Jewel Lake can probably... We can probably use the Jewel Lake guy. Again, I'm going to have another axe heading north from Mount Buddy. So maybe this one we can use. I mean, we're going to be going slowly through the wilderness the whole way. We're actually starting to catch up to Shaka, so that's kind of nice. Is Jewel Lake meant to be working the cottage in the southwest corner? Where's Jewel Lake? Yes. Yes, it is. Great point. Gotta keep... Thanks for staying on top of that. I need to stay on top of this. And I guess we should try to connect... The problem with the gems is it's a 0 food tile. Like, it does give decent yield, but it's... Oh, we have a plains... Why am I working this? I need to cottage this tile. That's a better tile. It actually has one production instead of no production. Alright, well, we got the library done. It doesn't do anything right now, but when we turn on science, it will. Alright, I guess we'll do the barracks. There's nothing else to do. I guess we could... You know, better yet, belie that. We'll just get a 10-turn worker out of here. We don't want to slave that city because the growth is so slow. So you guys can come up here, and we'll road that tile next turn just to avoid wasting it. And then we can go to the wheat, which is about to pop. You guys can farm the wheat tile. These workers can then start roading north. All right, the expedition has begun. I'm leaving Greenland a little under defended, but it's gonna be fine. As we slowly continue pushing back the borders here. This is an unlisted number, so I'm not going to answer. Not while I'm streaming. Oh, and Riverside needs to whip this. I should have done that the previous turn. Which one of these cottages is more developed? This one. These 2 workers are going to be busy at Shaka Bait for the time being. And Mount Buddy. Alright, so this is a good turn to set up our whip. We're going to do an axe, whip that for 2 pop next turn. The axe will go north, and then I guess we'll put another... I guess we'll just do 2 axes, and the other one can go here in Riverside. Okay, Oh Dear is going to finish the Buddhist temple. I think I'm going to do another settler immediately following that. I don't have another tile to grow onto just right now. Shouldn't we be weary of non-deer based food? I know, right? Man, I really wish I could get those deer, but the AI... These borders have probably already expanded at Augsburg. We'll have to take this incredibly terrible spot. But at least it'll help fill in the map. It'll keep the borders filled in. Alright. So, where do I want this work? Okay, we're going to whip this axe. Poor Mount Buddy whips off tiles. But it'll immediately grow back onto this. And we want the overflow to go here. So we do need more units up at the front lines. I'll have you help with this, and then you'll probably go north after that too. Alright. Oh yeah, okay, so Charlemagne built the Great Wall. That would explain why the barbarians are not bothering him. Just making sure there's nothing up here. Voicemail. I'll have to listen to that later. And, alright, we might as well road this tile because we need to go connect that deer camp next. Alright. Oh, and Jewel Lake, same thing, whip off the... Oh my god. What is with all this? Okay, that was... Okay, this is... My phone is just being annoying, but I'll go ahead and show you this because this is... Oh, we can't see me right now. There we go. This is... It likes to do these little montages of... Little AI-generated montages of the kids. Oh, come on, phone. There we go. This is from a year ago with William when he was about the age Charlie is now. Just playing with his friends at daycare. Very cute. I don't know why it randomly picked out a day in March from last year, but very cute. Yeah, they're some cute kids. Oh, thanks for the smileys there, Tarkuno. Yeah, they're cute kids. All right, and you... are going to go with this axe, and we're going to go on the long march over here to the gems area. I'll have to detail 2 workers to build the road that goes all the way over there. And then the next settler can go grab this spot, but I'm not prepared to grab this spot yet. It's just like, it's too far away. So next turn we'll grab that. All right, road that, and then one nice thing that's going to happen is Greenland is popping its borders next turn, so we'll get some more visibility. As I said, Lake Woebegone is only 10 turns from grabbing this tile. So we'll have a little bit more warning of what's incoming. Still just the 2 axes here. Or archers, excuse me. So hopefully we can try to take that. And then, yeah, I just whipped... So I dropped down in score because I just whipped my cities, but they were productive whips. All right. You are needed up at the front lines. Oh my god, what is this? Oh, okay. Orthodontic specialist? What the? Why did an orthodontic specialist email me today? I don't understand that. Well, that's interesting. All right, anyway. So yeah, Greenland popped its borders. Greenland is going to be a pretty decent city. I'm wondering, do we farm this tile? Unfortunately, we'll not be able to spread irrigation over there, but we will finally be able to get a wheat tile. Yeah, Winecon, stop spamming my phone. Oh, wait a minute. Why were we... Oh, okay. Oh, this is a tundra wheat. What the... Tundra wheat. Is that even a thing? I guess so. Well, anyway, time for the long, slow march. You might as well help out up there. Okay, got the axe done. Cool. So I guess if Riverside's going to have an axe for itself, then Mount Buddy can send this axe. Actually, you know what we should do? Let's get a spear, because we've got that. And I'll send the spear over to Shakabate, just so I'm not so heavily axe dependent. Axes are typically a little more useful just because they have the higher strength and they get the bonus against shock troops, but it's not bad to have some things. Yeah, you know you're on a low food map when tundra wheat looks good. We're about to introduce food variety. Something like that. All right. So yeah, we're growing back after some of these whips. Lake Woebegone's about to grow back. Riverside will immediately grow back, or almost immediately. Jewel Lake has already grown back onto one of its amazing tiles. And Greenland's doing its thing. I think that this farm's going to be done. Actually, no, never mind. Until the farm's done, we don't want to work that tile. Yeah, we need like a little over 300 gold to be able to research this tech. All right, there's the axe. I guess we put a stick on aqueduct for lack of anything better to build right now, because we actually do have a low health cap here, so that wouldn't be terrible. Although, as I said, we are going to get. Oops. Yeah, since you have a promotion, you can shuffle over to here. And then the guy who has no promotion and no XP can shuffle back. Same deal here. Doing the axe shuffle. Hey, he's got wheat too. All right, our long trek to the Promised Valley is still ahead. But we're slowly gaining some control back over the wilderness. I actually do want to have a road on this tile. Because as I said, I want a connection through there. Alright, Mount Buddy. Yeah, Mount Buddy's spear will come here. I mean, then at least we'll have 2 axes and a spear, which is not going to be enough to stop a serious attack, but it's not going to like blow over in the wind either. This is like the promised land. The sad thing is I feel like I'm going to have to... I'm probably going to have to station a unit up here to fog bust just to keep barbarians. If we can get this spot, though, then like that opens up the next spot. Like there's room enough for another good city. Let's see. Like what about like right here on the Plains Hill tile? I mean, okay, maybe not a good city, but like it'll be able to work. You know, have enough food to work 2 gems tiles, and like and it'll be on a Plains Hill, so like that's not awful. And then it would be lovely to get this, but I have a feeling the AI is going to get that before I can get up there. It's so far away from me. It's really a shame that this is not a passable, because like, can you imagine if this wasn't blocked, if I could have gone through here? That would have made it so much easier to push north. Like instead I have to go all the way around this mountain range every single time. Alright, anyway, Mount Buddy, you can go back to your library. You have a tile to grow onto. You have no food, but you have a tile to grow onto. Shaka's doing a nice job of spreading his religion to us. Like, that's legitimately a help. Obviously, it helps him as well. There we go. Look at this, a city that has some actual food in it. And you are going to Jewel Lake. Looks like Napoleon can only really expand towards us. Doing my best to fog bust. Barb City still just has 2 units in it. Does it? Oh, it's a sheep as well. Oh my god, a sheep? Yeah, we definitely need this connected. Alright, so we're going to have marble. So while I'm here, I would like a road on this tile as well. And then I'm probably going to have these 2 workers shuffle up north. Because remember, I need a road here. I also need a road that runs to this spot here. Those are some long, long roads. And yeah, and then these guys at Shaka Bait can also come back. We're also almost ready to whip this city too. Sure could use our courthouses. I'm surprised I'm not getting any trade routes with Charlemagne though, because it says I have a trade connection with him and I have open borders. So I'm a little surprised I'm not getting trade routes. Is it because I don't have sailing? Is that why? Because I need the trade on rivers? Maybe that's why. Was this one inspired by the Frozen Aztecs from Adventure 2? No, it wasn't. I was just looking at different things I hadn't done in a while, and I was like, this is such a cool map script, and I haven't really showed this on screen, and it's also getting to be close to winter in the Northern Hemisphere. Oh, hi, Zara. Worst enemy of Napoleon. Oh, he's the one who's running away with the game. He's the one who's got the... He's the one who's got the really high score. Yeah, he's the one who's really strong. How many cities does he have? Oh my, oh no, oh no. Oh no. Well, that's not good. I knew someone was really strong based on the demos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. He has 14 cities. We have is 8, I think. 2, 4, 6. 7. Yeah, I have 8. He is almost double my size. Oh my god. Whew. Well, that's our challenge for this game. Good thing I set it to Emperor. I was considering Emperor versus Immortal difficulty. I'm glad I set it to Emperor difficulty. He's also organized, yeah. Well, he's in the middle of the map. We're kind of sheltered, so... How does everybody feel about each other, just out of curiosity? All right, we finally got to pleased with Shaka. Still no guarantee he won't come our way. Zara is not running the same religion as Shaka. He has got the cautious, but does not appear as though Zara is liked that well. Nobody's actually at war, are they? No. Shaka really does not. Okay, Shaka does not like Zara at all. Also, apparently, Wang Khan and Mansa Musa are in this game. So we know who the last two AIs are, two financials. That said, I don't know that financial's great on this map. Hopefully, none of them are running away with it. Does anyone have alphabet yet? Nobody has alphabet yet. Yeah, so we know what our challenge is now for the game. Dealing with him. Road. You stay there. This is going to be a violent game. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. All right, Jewel Lake. Okay, so we have had an archer wander in. I'm not too worried about this because I have axes. There's no defensive terrain. You can stay there for right now. I will probably try to move the Jeweled Lake axe to here so I have 2 axes that can hit this, just to be a little bit more on the safe side. And yeah, you're fine there for right now. Archers are not that scary again. Like, archers are not that strong against axes. All right, Greenland. What we can do now is, well, you should probably just start building the road north right now. I think I'm going to have 3 workers dedicated to that because it takes 3 turns to road a tundra tile. I'll just have these 3 workers. And then these guys can chop this forest, and that'll finish the granary at Greenland. They don't really have anything else to do while they're over there. Although I think I'll build the road while they're on the tile, just in case I need to go further west. This looks like a pretty barren portion of the map, though. So I'm not sure. Those look like we're starting to hit the limits of natural expansion. Yeah, still just the 2 archers in there. I guess the AI takes forever to build archers there. Deer is finished. You should work it in Greenland. Yes, that is a better tile. Thank you. Picks up an extra point of production. Not a huge deal, but it is a better tile. We also need to get a cottage on this tile. Because, I mean, we'll work this because we're going to work both of these in time. But this is clearly the better of the 2 tiles. All right. As far as whip cycles go, Shaka Bait is just about ready to 2-pop whip something. Library is probably best. We'd love to get another border expansion so we can grab these tiles here. We might be able to get control of the tiles. We should be able to at least get control of this one because it's in our 3rd ring, but it's in the 4th ring of Bulawayo. So we should probably be able to get control of that tile, and then that gives us some visibility. I mean, we have no border lap with Shaka at all, border overlap, which is really nice, and we have his religion. So hopefully he's going to leave us alone, but it is Shaka, so you never know. Like, you can never really predict with Shaka. Anyway, so we need to start researching currency. I'll do the Buddhist monastery for lack of other compelling things to build. I don't think we're in that much of a need. Oh, look, we're at break even at 30% now. And yeah, we're going to make sure this guy does not escape. As soon as he comes down from that hill tile, that unit's going to die because we'll have 2 axes that can hit it. And we're just continuing to defog the map. So off we go. We're slowly making our way over here. All right, road. As I said, I think it's worthwhile to road this tile just because we might need to go further in that direction. All right, Shaka Bait. We'll just whip it this turn. We get one turn of double pop unhappiness, but then that's it. All right, and then it's time to drop some cottages. So we'll move in here so we can chop and cottage this. And this settler is destined for this spot right here, so which we are roading towards. Ideally, we get the Barb City, and then we also get this spot, hopefully. So let's get to it, shall we? This is a weird route that the AI has me moving on. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's what the pathfinding says is the best course through there. Oh, look, more grassland tiles. Too bad you don't have trade routes. Yeah, I could trade my deer and wood for their deer and wood. Now, Shaka jumped out in front of me and scored again. I'm not sure why. Maybe he researched another tech. Because he didn't get more cities. 2, 4, 6. He's still on basically the same number of cities as I am. Oh, okay, it attacked me. Okay, sure. Good luck with that. All right, I think we definitely want a barracks here. This is going to be in our like a frontline city, so we can work on that. I mean, we might as well. I guess we work that tile for the time being, although it's a pretty bad tile. All right, we got this road connection done. So now we want to move up to the front lines. We definitely want to get that. We want to get that tile roaded as well. While we're moving up there, let's road that tile while we're up there, because that's like not having that tile roaded actually slows us down a fair bit. All right. Now, of course, we're going to wait and attack across. We're going to wait and move to this tile, so we're not attacking across a river. But all right, still moving one tile at a time just to make sure. All right. So that's done. Now you guys need to come chop this granary. All right, back to Lake Woebegone. Back to Jewel Lake. It's a bit of a weird road network, agreed. Part of that is due to the fact I was often fighting barbarians at the time I was making my way through. Wait a minute, we still need another cottage down here, don't we? I thought I finished it. Oh, did I just chop this and never actually put a cottage down? Okay. That's okay. Well, I'm gonna have these workers. Let me cancel these orders then, because I do want to. I need to get that down there. That's gonna have to waste their turn again. Oh wow, that's on me. I need to get another cottage down for poor Riverside. At least we have another worker coming out of the safe soon. Oh, hi there, Shaka. Maybe Shaka will attack and kill one of them. All right, Riverside expanded borders. Okay, well that didn't have any effect. All right, now again, we're gonna need workers over here for like make this spot any good. So I definitely need a worker up there, but these guys are getting that spot. I remember I have a settler en route for that spot too, don't I? Yes, I do. Oh, and I need another. I'm short like an axe too, aren't I? Well, shoot, I'm like an axe short because I'm gonna need something to cover this spot. I guess I can have the Greenland axe up there. I am not attacking across the river. I'm moving across the river to this tile. Good point, but I did try to point that out. We're moving to the sheep tile for that reason. No, good question, but okay. How much unhappiness is it? Okay, so we need more defenders. I will whip a double axe pair out of Jeweled Lake in a minute. This guy can come defend the settler that's en route, and like I can double whip 2 axes out of here. It's the whip unhappiness is almost worn out. Okay, that's where we get our units from. Shaka Bait's gonna get its barracks done. Nice. That chop will finish the granary next turn. And as I said, this is going up to this spot here. Yeah, you can just chill here for right now. All right. Unfortunately, I forgot that I needed to move down here. Now, can we... Let's see. If we move here... No, I can't really do anything if I'm gonna... I can't really do anything with these workers. They just waste a turn, unfortunately, if I want to get down here as soon as possible, which I do. It does feel weird being like last in score this late on an Emperor game, but it's just been like a wild map here. Have we added wheat-based foods? We did. We did. Look at the resources we have. 11 deer, but like we have so few resources. The map is so poor in that regard. I think we want some more units here, honestly. If we had any production here, this could be our heroic epic city, but we don't. Soccer got another great prophet. The great spy is probably Charlemagne because he built the Great Wall. Odds are only 26% over here, which is not ideal. All right, well, we finally made it to the promised valley back here. And I need something to I can't have these guys just moving in the wilderness with nothing to protect them. So you guys need to help with that for right now. All right. Well, there's 64%, so hopefully the dice will be kind to us. Actually, a pretty big dice roll, because if we win, then we're pretty much guaranteed to take that city, but if we come up short, then it gets a lot uglier. But there's not really much to be done about it. Yeah, the scientist is the right unit to work, or specialist to work right now. No seafood. This is definitely a state property map, because corporations are going to be useless on this map. There's no deer corporation, for better or for worse. All right, we got the library done. We're a little low on units at the moment. Maybe we can do the barracks, and we're actually at a point. We're at a point where we can probably whip. When the food box is filled up, I'll probably do another double whip, and we just got a worker out of here, so that's nice. Another worker, maybe another worker. I don't know what else. Like, I don't know what else would be better than that, at least for one turn. And here we can, you know what, this city, Greenland, after we are done with the whip overflow, we can, and yes, I did think about it, I did want to cottage that tile. And you just need to go up to the front lines, I think. It's that, or, actually no, we should have this worker just do another cottage at the capital. And we can probably try to do hanging gardens. I don't think that would be bad. All right. Well, here's our great big dice roll, right? We got a 64%. If we fail this, we'll probably do not attack with the rest. But it looks like we won. Okay. So there's one left. I have 59% odds. What I think we do is I think we wait this turn, and then we wait for next turn, because then we can attack with this guy. If he dies, we attack with the spear. If the spear dies, we can attack again with the injured axe. So I think we wait one more turn. All right, what was the name we decided for this spot that we were going to settle way out here? I mean, I'm sure he's going to attack, but like he's attacking across a river into a city. He's not going to win if he uses that. That's right. we had a couple different suggestions. I think I like Hidden Valley out of the different options. South Park's good too. Emerald Treasure, those are all good suggestions, but I think I do like Hidden Valley the best out of these different choices. Now we are on the gems tile, which is pretty funny. We're also apparently really close to being able to finish currency tech this turn. Yes.
If you have a second, can you help me with something?
Okay. I will be right back. All right. Hidden Valley feels like it should have been Greenland. Well, Greenland is like an ironic name, right? Okay. So let's get our axe double whip. In order to do that, we have to get less than 5 production per turn, which we do here. Okay. So this settler will come up here as well. We've got an axe, and we're going to have another axe coming out. Greenland can do the same thing. Well, actually, we probably want to leave this alone for the moment so the granary food box can fill up. But we can whip this as well for like 2 axes. Maybe, probably 2 axes. All right, so we are like no beakers. We're extremely close to finishing this. Close enough that I think the cities that have libraries done, yeah. There we go. Oh, we're 1 gold short. We need 1 more gold somewhere. I need 1 more gold. There we go. How about that? 21, 21, 1 turn. Just so we can finish this. This wheat, I don't think we ever can irrigate because you can't farm tundra tiles. I don't think it's possible ever to irrigate this because you can't farm a tundra tile unless it's next to a river. So I don't think that one ever can be irrigated.
Everything is worth what its purchaser will pay for.
All right, now we have markets, and now we have to think about where we want to go next. I think we want to go literature, and because we can unlock national, we can do heroic epic and great library. So I think literature is a pretty big priority for us in this game. Great library would be nice because I would really like to get an academy in the capital. Yep. So let's plan for going there first. Obviously, we'll just be saving gold for a little while. And we'll definitely do the market now. We also need to get another cottage down, which I should have anticipated earlier, but that's on me. On the plus side, oh, and I have to adjust some of this stuff, right? Riverside, there we go. Or Riverside. I guess we might as well cottage another tile while we're here. Like, we might as well. Alright, so there is still the barbarian left. So 59%. I expect to lose this. If we win, it's nice, but I'm expecting to lose. But that's why we have more than 1 unit here. Now we have 98% odds. And if by some chance we still lost that, we have yet another unit to clean up too. Return control of the Holy Roman Empire. No. Again, the distance costs here are pretty outrageous, but we'll take it. We can also rename this Barb City now. We actually have double sheep tiles here. That's pretty cool. It's legitimately a pretty good spot. Just hopefully this won't get us into trouble with Napoleon. It probably will, but... Alright, so where's the axe? But otherwise he would get it, and I don't want that to happen, so... Alright, Shaka bait. Doop, doop. There we go. Deer Space 9, that is a fantastic name. Deer Space 9. I love it. That's great. Deer Space 9. And then this spot, which is a terrible city, will give us a path up to that spot. It will have our cultural borders extend up there in this really weird line. Look how the AI gives us a blue circle here, but like obviously we don't actually want that. It only has a blue circle because it sees the deer tiles, but we'll never get control of them, unfortunately. So, yeah, Augsburg would certainly be nice to take. But so, our finances are not great. The distance maintenance is like having the capital here and this position is pretty awkward. But yeah, marketplaces would help a lot. If I can get them, they're kind of expensive. Mount Buddy should probably build this. It's like those market whips are not cheap. You see how it starts to get harder and harder. But we'll go for literature, and then it probably has to be metal casting after that because we really are going to need the forges. Either that or code of laws, but like metal casting makes, if we can get forges up, then it's easier to whip the courthouses, and we might even be able to go. We might even want to go into organized religion at some point because like the extra plus 25% production on your whips is a big deal. I mean, we have Shaka's religion in almost all of our cities already, and I could spread more. So I might seriously think about that as well, just to power up my whips because it's almost like I'm running a bunch of fishing villages because I have so little production. Would I ever move the capital? I don't think so because the capital is the best spot I have by far. So probably not, although it's a good question. The only spot I would think about would be Greenland, but I think Greenland's where I want to put the Forbidden Palace, personally. What I'm more concerned about is trying to find a spot to put the Heroic Epic. And I don't know if I have a great spot for Heroic Epic in this game so far. Maybe Deep Space Nine could be a Heroic Epic spot. It has a lot of food, has 3 food tiles. It's got a decent number of hill tiles, too. Hold on. Because it's got the Gems Hill, it has this hill, it has... No, it's not in range of this Forested Hill, unfortunately. Maybe, though. It's also in a border city, which I kind of like. Hidden Valley? But, like... Hidden Valley is brand new. It has no infrastructure. I mean, I don't... Like, how long would it have to take to overcome this city, which has all these developed cottages and all this infrastructure? It's just almost never worth it to move your capital. Okay, so we should probably look to whip this, or maybe whip a worker. Actually, we should probably whip a worker. Like, whenever we run out of tiles to work at Lake Wobegon, we want to start looking to do a whip. That's probably a worker whip here. Because the only thing we lose is this tile and one of the lake tiles. For that. Would Versailles be worthwhile? It could be, but if we get like a Forbidden Palace right here, it's probably unlikely that we would need Versailles as well. All right, Jeweled Lake. You are okay. I actually waited a turn too long, but fortunately, Jeweled Lake was not punished because I was only making 2 production per turn, and so I was still able to do the axe anyway. Let's just queue up the other axe before I forget, and then we'll go back to the library. I actually waited 1 too long there. Turned too long. All right. Well, Charlie converting to Hinduism is going to make Shaka dislike him even more. We're up to +6. Our buddy, our friend, Shaka. All right. We don't need another tile here. Oh, Greenland also needs to do the same thing. We're going to do the same thing, double axe whip up here as well. And then that's going to get us 4 axes to hopefully cover for the fact that... we've got like stuff all over the map here where we're running light on military, and this will help out. All right, we want to improve this tile next. Yeah, you guys just chilling here for right now. This is like the end of the world's longest supply line, whereas I'm not that far away from Napoleon. I wonder if we can make a play for Sarmatian. It would be... I don't know if I really want this spot, though, because it's so surrounded by AI stuff. I almost would rather let them have it. Deer Space is like a good northern border city. I think that we're starting to hit the natural limits of our territory. As I said, maybe another city up here, but I can't see that I get too much further than this on the map. This is just like not, you would never want to even go there. All right. Now I need to do a Lake Wobegon whip as well. This worker I'm going to send to start building the long road to Hidden Valley. The long road to Hidden Valley. These workers, I can probably split some of these workers off as well to help with that. And then these, well, actually, I need these workers I need, they're going to continue building up to Deer Space, or Deep Space, Deer Space 9. Greenland is fine for the moment. It's about to whip off some of these tiles. Yeah, and then another axe. And now Greenland needs to get its axe library combo. All right, you first of all need to go. We don't even have anyone in Greenland at the moment. All right, this worker. A barbs. I mean, I honestly it might be able to, but at the same time, there's literally no food there at all. So I honestly don't even know. I literally don't even know if it could spawn there or not. Okay, we reached the northern edge of the map again. All right, what's the name of this filler city? This filler city is going to hurt from an econ perspective because it's like non-existent, but... And little tidbit, if you build the road first, that'll be connected and you get the trade route on the first turn. Wendy's? Sure, this one is fine. If we want Wendy's for this one. As I said, this one hurts from an econ perspective because it's such a terrible city. But we really need, because like we can't have Deer Space 9 if we have nothing in between this city and Deer Space 9. It's no good. So anyway, I'm running the road up there. We might have just scout out a decent chunk of the world, like considering how big this map is. But how much does it cost us for aesthetics? Okay, we need about 300-ish gold. Aesthetics, of course, doesn't really do anything for. We're break even at a little under 20% now, but and it's actually going to get worse than that because Deer Space is about to come out of resistance, and then we're going to have to pay maintenance on it. So no more settlers for the time being. As I said, I do want to get a spot there, but I think wouldn't culture before granary be better in Wendy's? Well, I have Stonehenge. It's going to pop its borders naturally. You might not have seen that I have Stonehenge, and I automatically get border expansions, but yeah, with the free border expansions, it doesn't make sense to do culture there first. Yeah, no worries. Yep. Oof. Now, do I want to give this guy 100 gold? I really don't want to, but if I say no, he's probably going to declare war. I'm not in a position to fight this guy. So I have to give him the tribute. I really do. I cannot fight this guy. We get a peace treaty. We get a guaranteed peace treaty for 10 turns. It sucks. I don't want to have to give him the money, but it's really all I can do, honestly. Even though, as I said, it kind of sucks. I cannot fight him right now. I have very vulnerable colonies. Like I'm break even at 10% right now. So I'm at the limits of what I can do in terms of expansion. But I did manage to get, some additional cities. And aside from, I'm very concerned about Zara, who is completely running away with this game. I'm very concerned about him. But I'm doing well against everyone, vis-a-vis everyone other than Zara. This is where my expansion tanks my economy. Production, I'm last. I'm doing well against everyone other than Zara. And I am concerned about him. Shaka's power is spiking, by the way. It's not, if he's declaring war, he's not plotting with us. So, some definite issues, as I said. We might have to take over somebody else in this game long term. Napoleon is actually one of the best candidates for fighting long term. We actually do have a trade connection with him. course, we don't have any spare resources except deer, and everybody has deer. If I connect another silver, though, I could trade someone silver. Wait, and gems? Everybody has gems, I'm assuming. Wait, did he found some more cities? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. He has 10, but I think I also have 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I actually have 11 cities at this point. Zara has a lot. 2, let's see, wait, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, is 15 cities. Napoleon does not appear to have gems, actually, so I could always trade that to him. Shaka doesn't appear. I should connect, well, I'm going to have extra gems to connect. I should connect the extra gems here at Jewel. I'm going to run a road over, well, no, never mind. Actually, the road to Hidden Valley is going to come through here. But I should probably connect that gem style, yeah. Okay. Building the road connection for nothing else to do with these workers. But yeah, we crashed our economy pretty good, but I think this is the low point. I think it'll improve from here. We do have currency, thankfully. Now, it would also be nice if I could get some foreign trade routes. What I can do is, as soon as I have this trade connection done, I can run a road up here to Augsburg. And as soon as that happens, by the way, you can build roads in enemy territory. As soon as that happens, I'll have trade routes with, what's his name, with Charlemagne, and that actually will give me a fair chunk of extra income. Because for right now, I'm kind of drowning in like the unit costs I have to pay and all these maintenance costs because my capital is at the corner of the map, which is really annoying. All right, but anyway, yeah, we need to go up here, and you need to chill right here. So Jewel Lake, you are working all the tiles you should, and then you can pick up that tile next. All right, so Greenland is going to need, Greenland's okay for the moment. It's going to grow onto that tile. It will grow onto these as well. But I think I would like to start, what's the most important thing to do? I do want to send ideally either 2 or 3 workers out to start building the road over to Hidden Valley, but I also want to make sure I connect these other resources. These guys are, okay, so these 3 workers are going to go to Deer Space, and they'll connect this. It's too bad that Avignon is so close, because otherwise the Barb City would grab this tile too. Interesting enough, we should get this Tundra tile in our borders though, because it'll be 2nd ring for us and 3rd ring for him. Yeah, I actually like the idea to have Deer Space be the heroic epic city, as wild as that sounds. Because it's up on the borders, and like we don't need to build cottages here. We'll farm the plains and just like mine any hill tiles. Although I wish there were a couple more. 1, 2, there's 3 hill tiles. I wish there were a little bit more. We could even workshop the plains tiles if we needed to. But like we'll just ignore commerce there and just do all production. If we can get it to like 15 to 20 shields per turn base, that'll be enough. Is that considered a C? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Apparently it is, because they're 1. So I guess we could do a lighthouse here as well. Plus Moai. Oh, it can do Moai. You're right. It can do Moai. It can do lighthouse and Moai as well. I mean, it only has 3 water tiles, but still. Lighthouse, Moai, heroic epic. Okay. It's going to be one of the strangest Moai cities of all time, but yeah, okay. All right, this place is growing fast enough. Greenland needs, we need to build another cottage here first. And Shaka Bait is also, Shaka is still growing relatively fast, so. We're like slowly coming online in some of these cities. Where are we? All right, we're in Charlie's territory. Okay. I would like to see more of Shaka's territory at some point as well. But, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not going to do too many more turns because I'm a little tired already from earlier today, but Chechen Eats has been built. Okay. Which tech is Chechen Eats? Okay, Code of Laws. That's probably whoever got Code of Laws built that wonder. All right, so we have an axe and a spear up here. We've got 1 at Wendy's. Why don't you come up here as well? We can have 2 axes. We can have axes like all along this route. All right. I have enough military units here that I'm not too concerned. At least in this area. I mean, it won't be able to defeat like a serious attack from the AI, but enough that we're like reasonably safe. All right, there we go. And oh dear, you know, the market finishing here is also big, because look how much we get. This is such a big commerce location. That'll help a lot. When this worker's done, we'll start like pre-chopping for Great Library here. We can like pre-chop some forests. Very slowly pulling back the curtain on this map. All right, did we get the road done? Good. Oh, that's also a forest tile. It doesn't even look like it. All right, chop, chop. So far, these turns have been relatively calm, though. Oh, I haven't needed... This axe can co-cover the worker as it starts roading. I need another... I have a decent number of workers, right? I have 3 up here. I have 2 more here. I have one. I want another one on roading duty up there. But I think that the workers at Riverside are almost done. Like, once we build this cottage at Riverside, I don't think we need any more worker attention here. Like, look at this city. It's just all tundra river cottages. How about Mount Buddy? Mount Buddy's... we need another cottage at Mount Buddy as well. It's actually... We're ready to whip this, but... Note the market's a 5-pop whip, unfortunately. As I said, I wouldn't mind getting into organized religion, but I have to research monotheism for that, and I do not have that ready yet. So I would strongly consider heading there. Yeah, 2 of our neighbors are yellow. It's a little unfortunate. I wish that weren't the case as well, but it is what it is. Once we start getting markets online, it'll help a lot. Wang Khan is also a similar color. It's Tro. By the way, that's a good suggestion. I need to adjust demos here. How about we do this? We'll give Charlie and Zara weight 2, and these guys weight. Okay, well, I only have the 2 espionage points at the moment, but all right. Shaka's certainly spreading Buddhism. Alright, you cover that guy. Yeah, with the chops here, we'll actually finish the library pretty quickly. Although honestly, we probably should do the market first, but the library is not bad because it lets us, what's it called? Top the borders faster. Yeah. Like, getting the 3rd ring borders is not the worst thing. Thanks, Runic Magus. I'm glad you managed to pop in just briefly. Glad you enjoyed some of the Civ4 pre-release stuff. I had fun putting it together as well. The market here for lack of anything better to do. Oh, did we finish this? Okay. So these guys can probably start heading up to the front lines because I have more need for them there. As I said, I want to road one of these tiles as well. Okay. Oh, we found his capital. Hey, he's got even more deer than we do. What does he have in here? He's got a this is the spy building, espionage thing. He also built the pyramids. Espionage Bureau, what's the name for that again? I can't recall. All right. This city still needs a couple more turns to pop borders, but we'll finish running the road up north here. Slowly making our way over there. So yeah, note that Greenland's growing very, very fast because it's got 3 food tiles. So I have to keep these workers have to catch up. Boy, it makes a big difference when you're growing on actual food tiles as opposed to using These horrible, horrible, what do you call them? Tundra tiles everywhere. We're like working these 2 food lake tiles. We're like, oh yeah, a 202 tile. Let's go. It's so nice. Yeah. So if you're curious about the demos again, like we're hanging in there just, but it does feel like we've almost fallen back into the middle of the pack recently. I think it's because I had to expand so far north to like such marginal spots. And like a lot of them have not like are not online and contributing yet, I guess. But I do think that I do think my land quality actually is worse than some of the other civs in this game. All right, you just chill while this guy's roading. Eventually, we will be able to trade maps, but until then, we got to do this the hard way. And we're working on cottages. The AI is not really building much in the way of cottages, so like I think that like look at Napoleon's territory. He has like nothing like that. So I do think we'll and like look at Charlie's territory. We literally just walked through his territory. He has like a couple villages, like we have a lot more. It's just we're playing with the handicaps. So I do think we'll outscale these AIs eventually. How much longer until the marketplace is done? At least we managed to finish currency before like my economy completely cratered. At least I managed to finish currency first. So I could get the trade route. I need to get that trade route connection to Charlie. I could also just research sailing tech, but like I cannot even afford the 168 beakers right now. So these guys right here, I can, as soon as they're done cottaging here, they can chop cottage this. Greenland is actually growing faster than I can get the cottages down for these guys. They can road here, road, like just, we can do. And like that'll connect. And as I said, I have these workers that just finished up at Riverside. I have them tossing a road down here, and then they'll come up here and help. That would be nice if the AI went to war, and they have not. Nobody's gone to war yet, but Shaka really does not like Zara, and Napoleon really does not like Zara either. Although Napoleon obviously doesn't border Zara, because we still haven't even found Zara yet. Oh yeah, we definitely want open borders. Cool. Every time I see this, I am intimidated by how many cities he has. But like Wendy's and Deer Space are like contributing absolutely nothing right now, but they will be good contributors down the road. Okay. And turn for right now. All right. All these forest chops are really nice at Greenland as well. Shaka. Again, we're continuing to prioritize econ here. I guess we're gonna chop down another one. If you're, well, I should chop this one just so that there's no forest cover next to the city. You never really want to leave a forest that enemy units can go through. And I mean, I guess I could road this tile, but what does roading this tile do? We don't need a road on this tile. I guess we'll just go here then. I guess. All right. Similarly, we really don't need a road on this tile either. So I'll start pre-chopping at Oh Dear. Would it be better to work the marble? I don't think so. I mean, it's a 2-commerce tile. The cottage is also a 2-commerce tile, but the cottage will grow into something better eventually. By the way, I think this might actually be a pretty good map for universal suffrage, because representation is not going to be enough. There's not going to be enough food really for representation to run specialists, but like there's going to be a lot of towns, because I'm working a lot of cottages. It might be worthwhile to do that long term, but we'll see. All right, we're actually not losing money at 10% science now, so that's a plus. We're still nowhere close to being able to finish this though, like not even remotely close. I'd run a science specialist here if I could, but I don't have the library done yet. We're done. Obviously, market. That's going to take forever. We might be able to chop some things into it. Same thing, market. Borders of Hidden Valley have expanded. Nice. Okay, well, so much for our dreams of finishing that wonder. So that's going to boost his score a lot. How many cities does he have now? About the same as me. 2, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12 cities with his capital. So about the same as me. Rear map or serfdom might be the best. No, I still need slavery. I really do. I still need slavery civic. Alright. I still, like, I won't be able to build anything without being able to slave stuff out occasionally. So that'll finish the library. Not that the library is really that useful. I probably should have gone marketplace first, honestly. And we'll work that tile until we can get the cottage done. But those chops will finish soon enough. All right, so you two workers, you are tasked with helping on this road. And then you're going to need to improve Hidden Valley. And then we'll see if there's still room for another city up there, which I suspect that there will be. Nah, slavery is just a little too good, for better and for worse. All right, now deep space, we'll have a trade route connection. And let's get this, while we're waiting on the borders to pop, which is going to take a couple more turns. We'll go ahead and get the sheep connected. So I've got like the eastern third of the map explored. Do you think Firaxis would ever make another square with Civ-based game with stacked units? I have no idea. I have no connection whatsoever to Firaxis anymore. I wish they would. I mean, I know everybody's obsessed with hexes, but I don't even really like hexes that much. I kind of like squares more. I mean, I don't hate hexes, but I don't think that, like, everybody's so obsessed with the hexes. I don't even think they're that great. It's like, wow, you have hexes, cool. That makes you, I guess that makes you a serious strategy game because you have stupid hexes. Yeah, anyway, I'm kind of skeptical. Unfortunately, the people who made Civ4 are, you know, they all don't work at Firaxis anymore. That's no knock on the people that make there. I know they're doing their best, but like it's not the same team any longer, I'm afraid. All right, finishing the market is huge. It gave us, what, about another 10 gold per turn, roughly. So, since we don't have much else to do at the moment, I mean, we could actually build some Buddhist missionaries. No, I think what we do is, I think we build a settler now, and that settler is going to go to that spot in the extreme north eventually. Because, like, it's going to take forever to build this and then also walk a settler up here, so we might as well start now. Like, we might as well get started now. All right, now we're back break even at 20%, 23%, 22%, something like that. So we can do this tech in, we're not that far off. Okay, so this is now pre-chopped. Just put chop. So now if we can get to what's this called? We can get to the Great Library. Tech-wise, we can certainly build it instantly. We're gonna have to get there though. It's not like, I mean, literature's cheaper than aesthetics as far as wonders go. If we had gold. We could actually do Parthenon, actually. Oh wait, we don't have the requirement. That requires polytheism, doesn't it? Oh well. I was like, we could do the Parthenon. I was like, oh wait, we don't have polytheism. Missing that requirement. Oh well. So sailing, yes, but I'm planning on solving my sailing issue by just roading with these workers. Like by roading here, I'll road here, 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 and then that'll as I said, just road straight over here, and then that'll get me a trade connection. I cannot afford to detour 168 beakers to sailing right now. My econ is just too sad for that at the moment. Okay, so did we road this tile yet? No. All right, I've got a second worker coming. And we're on our way. On our way to Hidden Valley. Very, very slowly. I mean, ideally I would have chariots to be exploring the map, but I've never had horses on this map at all, unfortunately. Still, we're about to get the border pop at Wendy's. And then that city can cease just being a massive drain. I mean, it's still going to be a drain for a while, but it'll be less of a massive drain on our territory. Also, the reason why I keep canceling this is I will definitely forget I'm pre-chopping these tiles with all the different stuff going on. No, we are not attacking Shaka. That would be not the best decision. But we did manage to get the sheep tile connected. And I think we do want to road this. So we've got, I think, 2 workers roading up there is good for right now. I do need another, because I'm going to need workers to improve Wendy's as well as Deer Space. So this one I'll send up in this direction. And these guys finish the cottage. Look at Greenland. It's still growing. It's growing so fast. It's growing so fast that I might whip... how much is the market? A 5-pop whip? I think I will 4-pop whip the market here. I think I'll do the 4-pop whip there. I consider doing another worker, but I actually would like another market. That would help my research rate out a fair bit. Now, right now, the city's not generating a lot of commerce, but it's going to get a lot more. We're also actually at the happiness cap here in the city, which is interesting. So we can get it to size 8, but we actually have hit the happiness cap. So maybe we do want to get metal casting for like that spot there, because we are hitting the, as I said, we are hitting the happiness cap there. And I wouldn't mind if religion spread in Greenland either. Was there any interesting Civ4 beta map scripts? No, the map scripts that you see in the game now, I think that they all... I don't believe there were any map scripts that didn't make it into the game. That's a great question, though. The Oasis map, so there's one called Oasis, and that one went through a lot of changes. Because Syrian was working on that at the time, and it went through a lot of changes. Before, as opposed to the version you see right now. And I remember spending a lot of time testing that. But I don't believe there were any maps that you like were completely scrapped and only existed in testing. So that's a great question. And this map, this tile is now also chopped. Okay. Although this exploring warrior has half of woodsman, unfortunately does not have the other half. All right, so we got that. We should probably connect that deer tile next, which means moving on to this tile this turn, unfortunately, even though it's going to waste their movement, but there's no way around that because we don't have construction tech yet. All right, so we got the chop. The chops are helping. So, like, we could look to whip the market, I suppose. It's probably not the worst idea because this city's, like, at the limit of what it can do right now. And we're almost back to 30% break-even research. We can actually do aesthetics right now, so why don't we? We'll knock this out right now. And then go back to saving more gold. How about Mount Buddy? I think I will want to whip this as soon as I can. Yeah, it would really be nice to get into organized religion or get forges. I think I have to prioritize forges next. And maybe we'll do monotheism because it's very cheap, and then go into organized religion, and then do metal casting after that, something like that. All right. All right, so that one's now done too. I think we just want to chop one more. Actually, we might as well prep all, while these workers aren't doing anything, might as well prep them. I wanted a sign. It's awkward here at the very bottom end of the map. No, new sign here. Chop. I try not to clutter up the map with signs. I definitely have seen some people when they play Civ4 just end up with like a billion signs everywhere. Oops, that is not where I want that warrior to go. All right, onto this tile. So Wendy's can actually be like a real city, or at least start to become a real city. Actually, Axe, you have like a spare turn here. Nothing's bothering these guys. How about you see if there's anything up there? We have full visibility. And let's go get that road connection to Charlie. It's not like the AI is doing much to help out there. All right, let's see. We have 2 more guys here. Let's get this done first, and then everybody can join together and do the other deer tile next. There we go. And since you're over here, let's see, I have 4 of these guys. We can come back for that tile. We actually want to improve this one next, down here. Yeah, this city is like so bad. The only thing I can think of to do, I mean, could we ever spread we can someday get irrigation here, but that's post civil service and it's not going to be easy. There we go. We might not have quite enough to finish this tech. I thought we did, but I mean, if it weren't for Zara, I'd say we were in pretty good shape in this game. With Zara in the game, I'm a little more concerned. All right, so our guaranteed peace treaty has worn off now. But hopefully Napoleon has bigger fish to fry. Oh boy, that's not good. He's plotting war. I sure hope we are not the target. I mean, he doesn't like Zara, but he doesn't border Zara. That's not great. Hopefully we are not his target. Unfortunately, we do have some border tension. Not a lot, but we overlap 2 tiles. I hope I am not his target, but if so, this game is going to get a lot harder. Hopefully, hopefully he started plotting before enforced peace ended. I'm going to assume that that's what he's doing. Plus, he has this sword that's like heading away from me. I certainly hope so. I mean, Charlemagne is probably the most likely target. He's cautious with Charlemagne. Does he have open borders with Charlemagne? Okay, he does. So he could technically go by. Hopefully he started plotting, as you said before, the enforced peace wore off. So anyway, Wendy's got its first deer connected. We'll go send 2 workers to connect that in a minute after we connect this spot here. One, two. I'm trying to think if I want the road to go through this tile or this tile between these 2. I'm not sure it really matters. It looks more aesthetically pleasing to go this way. Plus, then we're on the north side of the river the whole way. Alrighty. I'm trying to see. All right, so I could whip this market for 2 pop. That's almost certainly worthwhile, so let's do that. So we're just whipping off bad tiles anyway. How about Riverside? Not ready yet. How about Mount Buddy? Similar, not ready yet. I need another cottage at Mount Buddy. And we have the settler almost done. Jeweled Lake will probably, yeah, I'll get the market whip next time. Oh, Jeweled Lake, what are you doing? I guess it wanted the library to get done a turn sooner. Well, I'd still rather work the cottage in all honesty. And Greenland is just grown right back on off the tiles, but we could work the scientist specialist, but I think it's okay. Hidden Valley. We have workers on the way, Hidden Valley. Alright, settler done. Honestly, I think I want a couple missionaries for the cities that don't have religion yet. I think that's more useful than anything else I can build there right now. I sure wish I could have construction so I could start building a few catapults. I feel a lot safer if that were the case. But I can't. I mean, I could, I guess, technically build wealth, but that doesn't seem worthwhile to do. So, we'll get another spear, I suppose. You can put science... walls? Actually, city walls are not the worst call. Well, they wouldn't really do that much. I think you're right, though. I think that's better than, like, something that's not really that useful. It would at least buy time in the event of a conflict. Okay, we have another turn or two before those chops finish. Alright, off we go. The fact that this Napoleon unit is moving through my territory is like a very positive sign. So like this city is not really contributing anything right now, but it is costing me a lot. But it will become better long term. Alright, so. Next up, we need to move some units down to here, but since you're already over here, why don't you come get this? I'm going to split 2 units up to go get that sheep, and the other 2 will go down there. Well, that's a dead end. It also revealed that Napoleon has already settled this cluster, but hopefully the one down here we can still get. Let's start moving this guy up here. Hidden Valley is about as safe as it can get. Look at this. Look at this sea of forest tiles. Okay. Now we will have a trade connection to Mr. Burger King. So that's not quite ready yet. Jeweled Lake is also going to need another cottage down here. Similarly, Greenland. Okay, Greenland. Yeah, that's probably right to pick up the scientist for lack of other tiles. We need to chop and cottage that. We can actually grab a couple more of these. When this food box fills up, we'll whip the market. Okay, so Charlie, gold per turn. We won't get the trade routes until the start of the next turn. The game calculates trade routes on the inner turn.
Art for art's sake is an empty phrase. Art for the sake of truth. Art for the sake of the good and the beautiful.
Oh, we need to go to polytheism. Whoops. Oh, well. Forgot that we need that. Okay. Let me go here. Road done. You guys can now come back and chop this. Polytheism 2 turns. Oh, we're actually making decent money now. Alright, you two are going to go here. Wondering if there's anything they can do along the way, but there's kind of not. Alright, this settler, I'm gonna move, just put that on a go-to order. And you can get the lay of the land up here. We should be able to get something in that area. All right. Shaka bait. Poor city. But the market does help. The little dead end of the mountains is pretty adorable, yeah. I won't be able to see the mountains until the borders expand. But at least our econ's a little bit better now. I'm third in food, which is not like that bad. Production's pretty sad, but... So this is about break even. GMP, okay, apparently my GMP is bad. I don't... Okay, I guess I do have a lot of costs, though. But, like, I'm running so many cottages. I don't know, like, I don't know how I could run more cottages than I'm doing right now. By the way, how about Shaka? He's not plotting war at the moment. So that's good. He would trade me horses, I suppose, if I were willing to give up the silver, which I'm not. I need that for happiness. Anyway, we did get the trade routes. What's our trade route income at the moment? We're +8 with Shaka. If only we were... Too bad it's so hard to get him up to friendly. No one has alphabet yet, so that's handy. Here we are. Well, we have 22 trade route income with Charlie. That's not bad. 22 commerce is a pretty big bump. All right, so I guess we put one more cottage down, and then we're done at Shaka Bait. And I'll probably finish this road connection, and then these workers can go. Actually, no, I need another cottage at Mount Buddy, so I can have them do that. And then I would like to finish the road to the ice field. How close are these guys? I need to cancel these chops because I don't know if... Tech training is not on. Good question. All right, Lake will be gone. What is this turn on? Is very, very slowly getting this monastery. I might as well let the monastery finish at this point. But I could certainly use religion in like Jewel Lake in Greenland. One thing about going through polytheism, that also puts us close to monotheism. And I really do think we want organized religion, because this is such a poor map. If I stack up the forge plus organized religion combo, you know, that's 50% more shields on whips. Like that's a big, big help. But anyway, we're close to turn 150. I think we just play up to turn 150, and that'll be a convenient stopping point. Actually, for right now, oh hey, we got Buddhism in. No, it's not one of my cities. Never mind. By the way, Shaka's shrine must be worth an awful lot because he spread that religion pretty faithfully in this game. Like, there's a lot of what is it, Buddhist cities. Okay, so we got the road connection done. Now we need to chop this. Okay, so our chops are actually done here, which means I actually do need to road some of these tiles so I can access the chops. That part of what pre-chopping means is if you can, you road the tiles as well, so you can just literally step on them and chop on the same turn. If Shaka builds the AP, would I build modest? I don't think I would go out of my way just for that. I did need to put the signs down though. Chop. And chop and chop. So yeah, we have I might as well get the roads done on some of these. Yeah, we're break even at 30% now. I'll just let this run the 2 turns for polytheism because it doesn't cost much of anything. Lake Buddy's about ready. Let's whip this in like another turn or 2. Poor Mount Buddy. Jewel Lake also is has the happiness to whip, but it doesn't have a population to whip. Greenland could whip right now, but it's about to get a forest chop. Another missionary is fine for right now. Yeah, like without the doubling resource, these are not worth building. So we definitely want this in Greenland right now. Okay, I actually like to see Napoleon going this. This means that Buddhism is spreading Greenland. Oh, Greenland, okay, never mind. It already has the religion. So now I need to reroute that Buddhist missionary to Jewel Lake instead. This will mean make it more likely that we're one big happy Hindu family. He's up to pleased with me now, for what that's worth. Also, these guys really do not like Zara. They don't like Charlemagne very much either. Like, for what that's worth. Alright, so Greenland's market gets close. We can whip the market next turn. It should be a 2-pop whip, which is a good amount. Do I need to road this tile? I might want to trade the sheep to somebody, actually. Shaka doesn't need sheep. Does Charlie need... Charlie could actually use an extra sheep. I might trade it to him and see if he'll give me something for it. So that's worth roading. And then we'll have Deer Space 9. Wow, Deer Space 9 is a lot of food. Then we'll mine the gems tile and we can work that. Can 2-pop whip the granary. Wendy's has apparently gotten a lot of production from working these tiles. I mean, Wendy's is this the heroic epic city? No, I don't think so. So we will need to get a barracks in Deer Space because that's the prereq for the heroic epic. But yeah, I think this is the spot for it. It'll have 3 hill tiles, and then we can farm some of these grassland. Oh, and that's right. We want the Moai. We want Moai in here too. I've heard. So I know there's a shortcut for the place to sign Alt S, but I've had that not work for me. I know it sounds crazy, but I've tried that and it has not worked for me some of the time. Like it just has failed to go off for whatever reason. Oh, we only need 4 more turns for literature. Okay, we're almost there. Okay, so we're close on literature. I didn't realize that we were that close. It is a very cheap tech. Cool. Well, we should be, hopefully, fingers crossed, we can land that. That would be certainly nice. We'll either get a great profit or some scientists. We already have the library prerequisite, because I really would like an academy. This is by far my best science city. And we can push for bureaucracy later on. We might long-term need to take this. If we're going to have like an awesome bureaucracy city, we probably need to take this back from Mount Buddy, which is going to suck for Mount Buddy. But if we take that back, we get another 4 food, and we can probably support a couple more. That's enough. That's another plus 2. That would let us support like 2 more cottages. So we might need to do that. Anyway. Okay, so anyway. Yeah, we can road these tiles and then be ready to chop them. Alright, yeah, let's see if... Oh no, he doesn't want sheep. Okay, does anyone want sheep? Napoleon does not, right? Shaka does not. No, the silver resource is apparently a hot commodity on this map. Why don't you just chill there for right now? Oh, what's this? Have we actually finished the road all the way there? It looks like we have. Well, no, actually, never mind. We need 1 more tile to go. Okay. So, there's a Napoleon city on this tile right here. But we will be able to get something here. I'll pull the X back 1 more tile. Well, now I can avoid overlap if I put it on this tile here. Yeah, we'll move it. We'll just move it south 1 tile, just to avoid conflicting with him on this tile here. That way we don't bother him. It makes the city a much weaker city, but I don't want to have border tension with him. There's a gems tile over here by Holy Rome, but we could always found something over here, I guess. There's just absolutely no food for a city here. You can see that this dead zone no one has gone for because it's so empty on the map. The question is, how soon do you want to fight Napoleon? Not anytime soon, if you ask me, because he's... Oops. Resources off. Let's see. He's penned in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He does seem like the most obvious target for potential expansion. And then we would have literally the entire eastern edge of the map. Oh wait, no, never mind. And he has at least, he has a little more. He has 2 more cities here, so he has like 10 cities. We need to be more advanced on the tech tree than this, but hopefully down the road. Okay. Deer Space and Wendy's here. All right. So let's do a quick overview. How's our espionage point going? I think we can just turn this off with everybody and just go back to the default here. Oh, Charlemagne apparently really does not want us seeing his demos. He spent enormously on espionage. Well, we won't be able to see his, but we'll be able to see the other AIs. GMP, this is when we settled those 2 extra cities and the econ cratered, but it's actually risen back up again decently. Production is still low. Food, we've actually outpaced Shaka, which is kind of amazing. Have not really closed the gap with Zara, but we're doing what we can. Power, we've kind of flatlined because we haven't been building units. Problem is I don't really want to build that many more axes right now because I don't think that they're going to be that useful. Like, they're getting obsolete. What, I think the tech path is we're going to finish literature, hopefully get the Great Library, fingers crossed. We have the library ready. We have the chops ready. With marble, each chop, and math, each chop is what, 60? Right? Am I thinking that correct? And we have 5 of them queued. We have 5 of them queued up, so that's 300. Like, that's 300 right there. We only need the other 50. So here's hoping we can get that one with the marble. We can then build Heroic Epic. We can also build Moai as well, amusingly. Can I still get stone from Charlie? Okay, he had stone available before, but he no longer has that available to trade. Zara is still out of control. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 50. He has 16 cities. Well, I have almost 12, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. I'm about to have 12. I mean, that's not great, but it's not like I'm at 6 and he's at 30. Like, it's doable. But I don't think that we necessarily expand much more than this. I think that we've kind of hit the limit of what we can get. I would have liked to have gotten a little further in this direction, but like, considering that I got a spot here, my capital is down in this corner, and I had to go all the way around these mountains and all the way up here, and like, meanwhile, Napoleon's capital is right here. Like, I don't think I could realistically have been expected to get much further. And then there's the Barb City there. I mean, the problem with that is it's not terrible. I'm worried that could I ever hold a spot like that? I don't know if I could. But anyway. Okay, some boreal cities in the forest. There's no food here. It is not worth putting a city here. There's just no food. Maybe something to grab the silver and like work the lake tiles, but that's it. It is not worth founding a city for this gems. There's no food to support it. And like this, there's no food here. There's just none. So, all right, we're going to save it here and we'll pick it up next time. Still technically in last place in score, although I do think that we're going to start picking up here. Thanks so much to everybody for watching. It's such a wild game. I'm definitely having fun here. Hopefully the next session does not start with Napoleon declaring war on me. If Napoleon attacks like Charlemagne and they just throw a bunch of units at each other, then I think we're in good shape. But alrighty. Have a good time, everybody. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Take care, folks. See you next week. Bye-bye.